Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, an assembled company, welcome to the World Storytelling Cafe. And it is Tuesday, so in theory, it should be our young international tellers under 25s, etc., etc. And undoubtedly, they will come. However, at this moment, everyone apart from Becky, who is merely she's not even old enough to be talking yet, so she can't tell a story. Is bearded and of a certain age. We only have the supporters in at the moment, and Ali, of course, who has no beard. But and that in the corner, for those coming to Marrakesh, in Ali's picture, is the beautiful Riyadh Star, where Baba-C, Norman, and I stayed during last year's festival. And it is extraordinarily beautiful. And it's the same architecture or the same walls decoration in the cafe, in the actual World Storytelling Cafe, which we hope people are visiting. And I will put this out as an invitation to everyone who is listening. Should you happen to be a storyteller, and should you happen to be passing through Marrakesh, and should you require a bed, and should you require food, should you go to the World Storytelling Cafe, which is in the same road as the Photographic Museum, opposite the very famous Café Fondouk, and you introduce yourself and email me or the cafe, or well, email me, you would receive the kind of hospitality that should be received by storytellers. And in return, you will be expected to loaf around the cafe, telling stories to the customers in whichever language you like. Sometimes if it's in English, French, or Arabic of the various descriptions, you will find that people can understand you, but otherwise they can just listen to the music of the words. So there's in fact, if I look it up, I will find the street the World Storytelling Cafe is on, so you can make a note of this in your notebooks, etc. So, and if I look up the cafe,
I'm curious now.
Yes,
and this is going to sound a little facetious, but I'm just curious because of where Marrakesh is. If there's a street named Sesame.
Thank you very much. Probably not, but I'm just going to go to Google.
More likely is Camel Street. Like in Edinburgh, there's Cowgate.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a semi-serious statement. People name things after the most common use. And I would say that the market might have a name referring to seeds and oils and things like that.
Well, that's areas. Anyway, it's Route Al Fez, Marrakesh, 23 Route Al Fez, Marrakesh. And if you look up on the Google World Storytelling Cafe, you will find a map there, and that will take you there. And and it is a bit totally, for the vegans amongst you, it's a totally vegan cafe. So vegan food and stories, how good can it get? And the most incredible cold drinks.
So, and for the non-vegans, the food is so good, you'll forget that you're a non-vegan.
Yes, for the non-vegans, it's not called a vegan cafe, it's called a plant-based cafe. So, and I've been wittering on for far too long, and I dearly love, so Jasna may actually be traveling to Britain at this very moment, or not. Davija has been picking up awards, and Erica, our youngest teller, or she was our youngest teller. I think our youngest teller is one of the girls in Nigeria these days. Should be joining us. So I'm going to message them and see if they're joining us today.
Due to the circumstances beyond my control, I missed you guys last Friday. How did it go?
Very well. And we've got. I know you like your Scottish storytellers, and we've got Diana Pierce, Scottish storyteller, this Saturday. So
Saturday?
Well, or even Friday. That's all right. Let's try and do two things at once.
I'll leave you to it.
Saturday,
Mike.
if you're in Australia.
Say again, Mike?
Saturday, if you're in Australia.
Saturday, if you're in Australia. Okay. But Friday for everybody else. So, Mike, was that a Guinness class I saw you watching earlier?
Not that I know
Children's
of.
program.
No. Just a pint glass.
Yeah, okay. So that's what we would call it. Not pint, the other name.
Yes.
But yes.
Right. Okay. Let's see. I've just sent on Erica's mum a message. But there's no. We're terribly sorry, Becky, to have brought you in at this point. It's one of those days. Best laid plans and all that. As a promoter, you would understand that these things happen. Just a sec.
So now
so Erica is joining us, but I'm waiting for the rest of this message.
It's lovely to meet us all.
Yes.
Oh, so lovely.
Erica's mum is sorry. Oh, I've sent. Don't just. People always ask for IDs and just go to. Join story button. Anyone that's over there waiting to get in.
I don't see anyone waiting to get in.
I know, because they're not, but I just want to finish this sentence. Anyone waiting to get in, all you have to do is go to the website worldstorytellingcafe.com and click on the gold join story button on today's story. No password needed. Right. That's why. That's why it's difficult, because people are confused because we don't need a password. It's,
That would defeat the purpose. Oh, no, I take that back. Because I have a couple of Zoom things that I do on a regular, and they have passwords.
yeah, Erica always used to be able to get in without a password, but somehow I'm up because she hasn't been there for some months. Right, we'll just wait and see.
I feel like we should be doing a movie. The Men with the White Beards. The White Beard Club?
And
No.
Becky. Men with the white beards and Becky.
Oh, no. I wasn't leaving Becky. I was purposely leaving Becky out
That's
because I was,
rude.
wait, let me finish. Because I was working up to a joke, but now it won't work because it reminded me to include Becky. So unless Becky has a white beard, the joke won't work. Now the joke is gone. Wait a minute. Did Becky said I could have a beard.
I'm getting a message from Erica's mum. What? Why? Oh, right. I didn't. Right. So in a second, we will have our youngest teller of all. And as soon as she gets here, I will let her in. So have you done any more live work recently, Babasi?
That's a good question. No, getting ready to.
Norman, have you done anything live?
Not recently. Oddly enough, the next live I will be doing will be at in the UK. So nothing coming up. We're still doing a lot of in online stuff here.
And Mike Paxty, have you done anything live recently?
Yes, I've done a few live things because I've been going into schools locally and telling. And
You mean they're letting you in?
they're letting me in despite everything. I know, it seems rotten, doesn't it? And for the Jubilee, I had to write a couple of Jubilee stories to tell in the school that was doing the Jubilee.
Oh,
right.
So my ubiquitous gingerbread man found himself in Buckingham Palace, running away from cooks and footmen and guards. So yeah, probably done about
John wrote
6 lately.
I have live.
Hold on, everyone. Erica's joining us. Right. She's just here. We come.
I have live performances starting next week. I had forgotten about that.
Yeah. So I'm at Glastonbury Festival next week. Or I'm at school on Thursday and then Glastonbury. Hi, Erica.
Hello, John Rowe.
Now, Erica, is your school finished? Are you on holiday yet?
Yeah.
Excellent.
My holidays have started.
So if everyone else mutes themselves apart from Erica, that'd be fantastic. Right now, Erica, you seem to be, having missed last week when we had a few people on, you seem to be yourself, just by yourself this week. Is that okay? But you have an audience. We have Norman in Canada, Babasi in USA, in Washington DC, Mike Fagerty in Reading in the UK, and Becky, who you can't see, up in Suffolk in the UK. So this is your live audience. So have you got a story for us, Erica? And would you like to introduce yourself first and where you're from?
Yes, I'm Erica and I'm from India. I'm 10 years old.
Please tell your story.
And I live in the capital of India, Delhi.
So have you got a story or two for us?
Yes.
Please start.
The name of the story is Two Pots. Once there lived a man named Bhim. He had two pots. One was a perfect pot and one was a broken pot. He filled those pots every day, but the perfect pot had the water and the broken pot wasted half of the water. So the perfect pot once said to the broken pot, "Ha ha ha! You are not useful for a You are not useful from being. You are useless. Look, I am so perfect and you are just a broken thing. You are not useful to being." So broken bot was very sad and was shameful that he is broken and he is not useful for being. One day when Bhim was taking those two pots, the broken pot asked Bhim, "I am not useful to you at all. I am just a useless pot. And look at the other pot. It's so perfect and I waste half of the water." So Bhim said, "Look at your right side." When the pot sees at his other side, then he says, "There are just some flowers." So Bhim said that you are given the water which you are licking, you are not useless, you are very useful. You are giving plants, you are giving water to the flowers whom we put them in front of the god Ganesha. If there are no flowers left, then how will we do puja and give flowers and keep flowers in the front of the photo of Ganesha ji? The broken pot then realized that he was very useful and giving water to all the plants. So the moral of the story is, if you are useful, don't be ashamed of yourself. Thank you.
Thank you. And I love the way, Erica, you take that story, you've given us a sort of very Indian version of that story by bringing Ganesh into the story, and it's one of those stories that appears all over the world, and every country has a little variation of it, and you've given us a brilliant Indian variation of it. Thank you very much, Erica.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, John.
Have you got another story for us? Because you haven't been with us for weeks, so you must have a head full of stories.
Actually, I was going to do two stories, but I did only one
Well, have you got
because I
another?
have some work from the school and
Do you have another story?
no.
That's okay, no pressure. I was hoping that Yazname or Davija would get here, or the Nigerian sisters, Rajidat and her sister.
There's a question in the chat, John, from Becky.
But I can't see it.
She wants to know, Erica, Becky wants to know, who did you learn the story from?
Actually, I made this story by myself.
So
See, that's the universal nature of stories. She made this story, as you said, John. There's a version in almost every culture. However, Princess Erica took this story and she based it on her own her own experience. I think that's great. Thank you, Erica, Princess Erica. We miss you.
Yes. Yeah, do come back to us. Even if you haven't got any friends with you this week, please come back and join us again, won't you? Now your mum has
Yes.
remembered how to get to us. Well, remembered where the door is. So, Mike, have you anything to say to Erica?
Yes, I love the way you told the story. I love the story, and I love the fact that you brought in Ganesha and the flowers. And if we didn't have flowers, and at the end, did you say in front of the photograph of Ganesha? Or did I totally miss here?
Yes, she did.
Yeah. So that brings it into
Thank
an.
you.
Okay, thank you.
Norman, would you like to comment?
Yes, that's a story I've always liked because it's such a simple story and yet it has a lot of meaning. And I like the way you made the story your own, Erica, as is like the others, Ganesha. I have, in fact, I have a small Ganesha that I keep with me. I was given it as a gift when I was in Sri Lanka. So he's not very big. He's only this tall, but he's big in my life. So thank you for your story. And you told it very clearly and very well.
Thank you.
Baba C. Becky, are you able to talk, or would you like to make a comment to Erica in the chat?
I'll quickly unmute. Erica, I loved that story. Thank you so much. I'm afraid I'm not a storyteller, but I love listening to stories. And one of the things I wanted to ask you was, who do you tell your stories to?
I tell stories to some of my friends.
That's lovely. And do they tell you stories as well?
I think so.
That's great.
Thank you, Becky.
Sorry, I just realized I could switch my video on. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
So,
There's no beard. I haven't got a beard, Erica, like everybody else.
so Erica, Becky runs a festival, a folk festival in England, which some of us are going to. In reality, that's ourselves. That's Norman's going to be in the country, and I'm going to be there. And then we're bringing people in on Zoom, of which, yeah, I think Baba C would like to be one of those people. And and maybe on the Friday, if you and Jasname wanted to come in and tell some stories on the Friday evening, or one of the other evenings actually, you could come and tell a story to a big festival on Zoom.
Okay.
Would you like that?
Yes.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I will keep your mum informed. I will tell your mother when it's happening and what to do, etc. And you will see, you are coming back to us on Tuesdays now, even if there are no friends at the moment. Whenever you can, you're always welcome.
Thank you, Bondo. Yeah.
Hello. How are you?
I'm
Yes.
fine.
Yeah, so always that gold button gets you onto the Zoom. You don't need a password or anything. Always that gold button, the join story, brings you on to the anything on World Storytelling Cafe, that gets you on. And so we hope to see. We're a bit short. I think people are busy or holidays or something, but Jasname and the other girls aren't here. It's always girls on this night.
Thank you so much for giving her this opportunity.
Well, we love Erica's stories, and Becky doesn't know this, but when Erica first came to us about probably nearly a year ago, she was very shy and very hesitant in her telling, but she had the courage to do it. Now she's like a professional storyteller. She says it with such confidence. So
thank you so much you all for giving her so much confidence. She's a single child, so she is shy and introvert. But now with storytelling, she is becoming like she is opening day by day. Thank you so much.
Well, and
All-
we'll in July, not July, August, but I'll let you know when. Becky, who is the director of a big folk festival, we will have this time. We will have everything up on a big screen at the festival. So we will have stories from the festival, which will be Norma, myself, and a couple of other people. But we'll have people from around the world telling stories. So, Erica, if you want to tell stories there, we will timetable you in. It would be great to have a young lady from India. I think it'd be fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm saying this. Of course, Becky's the director. She'll do us some. She'll accept my word, but she's now seen the proof of the pudding.
That was lovely, Erica. We'd love to hear one of your stories at the festival. Or we have John Rowe always comes to our festival and tells stories to the children, and it would be very, to us in Suffolk, it would be really lovely. It was a very special story, so thank you.
Thank
Becky,
you.
So much.
It
Yes,
was pointed out earlier that when Erica first started telling stories, she was very, my name is Erica. I'm going to tell you what am I going to do? I'm going to tell you a story. But now, and you've missed her as I've watched her blossom, she's become more and more confident with herself. And she is quite capable of doing at least a half an hour of storytelling by herself. Now, Erica, you know you're one of my precious princesses. You know that, right? But we miss you when you're not here. So whenever possible, please join us, because although we have fun here, it's always more fun when Princess Erica is with us.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
Mom.
Yeah. So, have you got anything to say, Erica? You don't have to.
Can I say something? Erica, I don't know if you noticed, but if you look at all the pictures of everybody, you and I are the only ones without a beard. We may have to make a beard that we can stick on.
Or we may have to shave.
No.
Okay. I was Erica earlier. I just wanted to give you something that I always do when I'm doing storytelling. I have to tell 3 stories, but what I do is I prepare 4 in case a 4th story is needed. Always carry a little one in your pocket, because you never know when an extra story is called upon, and that allows you to respond when somebody says, "Oh, that was great stories. You tell another one." And if you have one in your head or in your pocket, you're best kept in your heart, then you're ready. Sure, you say, "I have that story," so that you can prepare for that in the future.
Oh, right. Well, accept all those compliments. I think I'm just going to announce what's coming up. And usually when I'm in the middle of bringing the program to an end and announcing what is coming up, someone else pops in. But for now, yeah, fingers crossed. For now, on Friday, we have an amazing Scots storyteller that has not been on before at the cafe. She's well known to a lot of people that join the story rounds. Diana Pearce is on Friday telling stories for children. On Sunday, it's our worldwide story round, and that's at 7. Diana's on at 6 o'clock UK time, which is an hour later than this starts. And then worldwide story round is 7 o'clock on Sunday, and anyone is welcome to come to it if you're still up, but that'll be about 1 o'clock in the morning in India, so you'll probably be in bed, Erica. But everyone's welcome to come and tell a story on that. Mike Russ from Get a Word in Edgeways runs that. And then on Tuesday, next Tuesday, it is Erica and Friends with our young international storytellers. So, yeah, hopefully, as Name's not on an aeroplane, she can join us. and it would be great to have Davija back. And then on the following Friday, I have a new storyteller that's never been on before. That's Friday week. And I need to look up her name, which is, of course, nothing is in front of me when I need it. Yes, it is. It is an Indian storyteller. She lives in Wales, but she's an Indian storyteller, Chandrika Joshi, and she will be on June the 24th. So, so it's going to be an amazing week. The next 7 days is going to be, or 9, 10 days. It's going to be an amazing 10 days. Meanwhile, I've rabbited on enough, and no one else has joined us. Thank you so much for saving my bacon and coming on, Erica. But for now, and thank you, Becky, for joining us. We're here. Well, you've got those dates. Join us whenever you like. Well, just if you want to relax and listen to some stories, just come in and have it on the background while you do your computer. And I know it's no work at all running a festival. You don't do anything else. So meanwhile, a round of applause, another round of applause for Princess Erica.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we will see you next week. And Ali, thank you for flying the magic carpet.
Thank you, John. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Rika, Norman, Vicky.
Namaste.
Thank you, Mike. Namaskar. Thank you,
Thank
just
you, Ali.
Thank you, my friend.
Safe journey, everyone. And see you next week.
And
Bye-bye.
if you can, Erica, join us on Fridays.
you
We'd
so
love
much.
to have you.
Yeah, we'll have an Erica Friday one day.
That would be great. That would be great. Becky, it was nice meeting you. Look forward to seeing you again. She's gone.
Yeah, she's got.
Take care, everybody. Take care, Princess.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
To be continued, my friends.
To be continued. Until the next time.
Until the next time. Thank you, Baba.
All right.